because in school they didn't teach us and say, hey, men, this is what y'all gonna do. Ladies, y'all do this. They told us all to go get the money. So we sitting here blaming each other over whose fault it is and why this. Like, yo, I think it might be just simply when we sat down in schools, what they taught, they didn't teach us roles. They taught us anybody could be anything. Now I'm saying, is that the right? Like, hold on.
Bruh.
What the fuck?
I think I made a point there. If they're telling us anybody can be anything and they're not reinforcing roles, I would say they got to take some blame for what they created today. Because really what's changed over time is the education system. So we might just be looking at literally the seed that they planted 20 years ago. 20 years ago. Oh, I like that. 20 years ago.
Took the roof off, no ceilings. Gotta know. Took my heart out, no feelings. Gotta know. Took the brakes off, no limits. Now I got the ball, I'ma travel, no pivot. Let's tell me how you feel, cause I ain't got forever. Pick a side, run with God or hide with the devil. No example how to live, me myself a rebel.
Awakening happening, okay? The reason I called it The Awakening is because I'm watching this movie, right? And it's like everything was just going backwards or upside down. Like, I don't know, the roles were officially reversed, right? And that said something to me, because I'm like, that's where we at today when we look on social media, look outside, you know what I'm saying? You see the women now. The women, they got the cars now, dog. They got the money, they got the sections, they buying the bottles. Hell, they the rappers now, you know what I mean? They got the racks to their ears and all that. The roles are reversed, man, and it happened right before our eyes, you know? And another thing, it ain't even their fault. It's something I feel like they was just forced into doing. Yes, the suffrage and all that happened where they wanted to be able to do it, but yeah, I'm talking, did this, what we seeing here today is something different. It's like they really, I don't think it's a point of every woman trying to be a man. You know, I used to think that. I used to think like, yo, is she trying to be a man because she want to make money and go do this or that? And then I sit up here and say, yo, I think women could and should be able to go out and work and get the money if they want to, you know, because it's something in them that makes them want to do that. Now, I don't know what that, you know, I don't have the answer for what that is, you know, that desire, that motivate, you know, is it, I don't think intentionally they're saying I'm trying to be like a man, because even if you say that, they'll still, you know, kind of deny it. But like the women, the tables have turned, and I don't know when we gonna turn them back. But men, do we deserve it? I say yes, we do. We have gotten a lot more lazier, and we have allowed this to happen. When we ain't got that money coming in, when we ain't buying the sections, when we ain't pulling up in the cars, you know what I'm saying? Like, look left, look right, look at everybody you know who in relate. Like, whose car is it that they're mainly driving? Because I know the feeling, you know. I'm talking from experience. I'm telling you, like, listen, if you ain't got a whip and she do, you're not in control, really. You know, especially if you want one, you know, and it's not you don't have one because you don't need one or this, that, like, but yo, if you actually need one and you ain't got one and she do, that's it's not a good feeling as a man. I tell you that right now. You're going to be like, yo, I want to step my game up. I got to get my own whip. I got to get my own car, you know? And something fires off in you, especially even when you ain't bringing enough in, like that natural feeling like, damn, I ain't bringing that. Like she bringing it. But hey, I want to say, is it because of the economy? Is it because they letting all the, you know, some other stuff go, you know, like such as OnlyFans and all that. So now they're like, if we can get the bag, we can get the bag. Cause fellas, we need the bag to feel powerful so we can have the, you know, so we can, you know, walk around with our chest out like we want to, you know. But if we don't get that opportunity and that's being taken away, that's what's wrong. You know, like, you tell me any man that don't get pleasure in being a provider and having that money and doing what he supposed to be doing, like, ain't no better feeling. It's like a dopamine, getting that money, working hard, taking care of the people, like that's it. But when you take that away and the roles get reversed, like that's all gonna crack. Like, cause that's, now I'm saying that's naturally, I'm wondering if some of the women who do feel like that, is it because it was instilled in them to go out and work hard and do all that? Like, because in school, they didn't teach us and say, hey, men, this is what y'all gonna do. Ladies, y'all do this. They told us all to go get the money. So we sitting here blaming each other over whose fault it is and why this. Like, yo, I think it might be just simply when we sat down in schools, what they taught, they didn't teach us roles. They taught us anybody could be anything. Now I'm saying, is that the right? Like, hold on.
Bruh. What the fuck?
I think I made a point there. If they're telling us anybody can be anything and they're not reinforcing roles, I would say they got to take some blame for what they created today. Because really what's changed over time is the education system. So we might just be looking at literally the seed that they planted 20 years ago. 20 years ago. Oh, I like that. 20 years ago. And this is the result. It's us. You know, we wondering like, what did y'all do over here? What is that? But what if we, you know, because ain't nothing you can do. Like, take a plant outside, wherever you plant it and it grows, it has no control over, you know, what comes out, because we know what we planted. If we planted a tomato, we, you know, or whatever, go underground, but you know, we planted a banana tree, a coconut tree, whatever. We planted that, we know what it's going to produce. What if we are just those plants? They know what they was doing back then, because if they really wanted to teach us some other, like, why the kids, you know, not as advanced as we were? Ask that question. And is it not the education system? Like, what the, like, is it not? What I would think it would be, because it's all culture over here in America, who, you know, that they laugh at and they say it ain't that, you know, not all of them, but I'm saying, why do we have so much bad schools? Why are we sending trillions or billions or however much money they send into the war overseas? Why are they doing that in opposed to putting that money in our education, making us smarter? I was making a point to, I'm thinking like, man, I don't know if I know any engineers in my circle or who's going to be working for NASA in the next 30 years, 20 years? Who's going to be in the White House next 20, 30? Like, who, even from your own city and state, like, do you know your friends who's doing stuff like that? Like, you look on the History Channel and it's full of people doing important things. Who is taking them positions when the time go? Like the dudes the archaeologists, who is teaching a kid archaeology right now? Do you know anybody that knows that type of, or a marine engineer? Have you met one of those? You damn near don't even see too much electrician, plumbers, firefighters, policemen. Social media and what they have basically put upon us, like, and we just living in we all about attention, and that's like the ease. We're forgetting all the hardware. It's like we focus too much on the icing, but what's the icing without the cake? I go back to that. Like, in that scenario, in that analogy, that wild analogy, who are going to be the backbone of our country here? You know, like 9/11, if a 9/11 happened in 50 years, you think we're going to have enough firefighters on deck, enough people doing what? As long as the money in the hospital, and we'll have the ambulance and all that, because them motherfuckers expensive. But I'm saying, who is going to be the structural engineer? Do you know one? Or is it going to be AI? Is it going to be, like, look at the future? That's what I'm saying. Like, yo, this is crazy. And now I'm getting to where I'm thinking, like, yo, is it good or is it bad that the women want to go out and get it sounds like they just wanted their own security to where they don't want to, and they've been saying this for a while. I guess it's finally registering to me now. They don't want to have to depend on a man, because you could fuck around and not get a creative player. You most certainly could. Who might be a 30, a 35, a 25 or something like that. Like, yeah, you might be stuck when so I understand wanting to have that money to do on your own. But I'm saying also, if you can get you somebody who appreciates you do all that, but that's a good guy. He's a good guy. 2 thumbs up. Would recommend. Would you consider going that route and just saying, hey, he can provide this. He does this. I trust him with this. And I think that's where we get to picking the right person. You know, like, you got to make sure you pick that right person. And that's what I think I seen something Kevin Samuel say about wherever your baby dad is, that's the same level of man you should have. You shouldn't get a man all the way up here because this is just the dude you decided to create a life with and create another life with, you know? But this dude got to pay for this guy, and you want him to be here? He can't be anywhere here, even on the same level. He got to be above, and maybe it could even be there, but I get the female's perspective of that. They want somebody better than their last because that didn't work, but it's about what you deserve. It's about what you want, but it's really about what you deserve at the end of the day as well. You can't go to the job and just demand a higher pay based off, and you ain't got no accolades. No, like you didn't even do the right things. You didn't pass the certain tests like the other part. Like, so how can you just come in and demand what you deserve, basically? You get what you deserve. You don't demand what you can demand what you deserve, but I think I got lost there. But it's cool. But yeah, I don't want to fault anybody for doing what they do, because I'm trying to decide and reason with, like, yo, why do they do what they do? Why do they do what they do? And like, is it their fault they're doing what they're doing? Like I said, we could be the product of a seed that was planted 20 years ago. That could be us without us even knowing it. And they knew we was going to think like this. They knew that, like I said, the Sims, they knew we was going to, this is what they've done. They let us make all our decisions. But if the decisions are shitty, then you still going to be in a shitty situation. Like, I get it. Like, they're not out here putting money into the home and trying to make more Americans homeowners. They could if they wanted to. They could fix the schools if they wanted to. They could end the poverty, or at least aid it and feed the hungry. They could do either. They could make everybody's hospital bills free because the government's gonna pay. It's like you would want the people that control you. You would think they want your best interest. They want you to live as long as you could. They want to heal you. They want you happier. They wanted all that. But when coronavirus hit, why did the churches close, but they left the liquor stores open? Why would it was so much. If they really cared, if they really was in your best interest, I'm sure they care, but in your best interest. It's good times that we come together as Americans, like sometimes, 9/11 after that, everybody was patriots. Like, so. But yeah, women, man, I don't blame y'all for wanting to get it on your own, getting to the money. I used to be like, yo, that's manly, that's this. They trying to be more aggressive, but it's like, did we leave that window open? We didn't close that window. We've let this ride for we've been leaving. They've been just coming in. Now it's like, yo, it's more. What the hell going on? Like we didn't shut that window for that long, and now we got. They want to be like, I don't get it. We gotta be. We was supposed to be, like I said, better than this. We was supposed to be on it. We was supposed to be the providers. We was supposed to be the strong ones. But I guess over time, women getting hurt and more broken. I mean, like you'll see, like even growing up, Tupac used to rap about it, like all that, and then now, over 20, 30 years, they just naturally said, you know what, I gotta go out and get it on my own just in case. And you can't wrong anybody for doing that just in case. So that's something else though. But that's what I'm saying. The girls they got the bag, they got the weed, they got the whips, they got the chains, they got the money, they got the sections, they buy the bottles. They going shopping, they taking you shopping, you and they with like, yo, we gotta give it up to them. Like, yo, hey, if they can do it, to get it, honorably. But if not, hey, I'm still saying, like, I get it. Why that side of it when they say I'm doing it because I don't want to have to depend on a man. It's not that you have to depend on a man. You should want to. You should want to spend his money rather than your money, but also have money. Yeah, you should probably want to do that, and not just be so, because you either paying 100% or you can pay 50 or 60, 40, 30 cents. Like I said, whatever works out, whatever makes sense, whatever y'all agree to. But to forcefully, like, you got to understand what we here for, man. Like, I think anybody out there just trying to stay alone, be on that island. I get the island. The island is cool. I'm telling you, the island is very beautiful. The island, it's a lot going on with it. It's a very beautiful place to be. When the sun's out, you got the waves, the beaches. It's peaceful, it's quiet. But listen, when them waves come and a storm come, the island ain't so safe no more. And it take a minute for people to come help you. Like when some people go out on that island. Some people go out on that island and they don't ever come back because you realize how peaceful it is. But it's almost too good to be true. That island is dangerous. It's too good to be true. I'm telling you, you need to talk to people. You need to interact with other people, love on other people, be able to give, talk to, and not like, yeah, the peace is necessary because you're going through all this other shit. So the island is good, but you should not permanently want to stay on the island. You should want to go there to decompress, go there to find peace and all that, and then go back to it because the world needs you. The world needs you. And ask this question: if the women haven't done what they did by, and I'm saying in 2024, going out and getting they the rap, like I said, they the rappers, they got the cars, they got the money, they got the sections, they got the bottles. Okay, they got all that, right? The clout, cool, they got it all. But what if they didn't do it? What would our society be looking like right now? Because it was still going to happen. Like, they're just taking advantage at a moment. And men, if you ain't making no money now, you can't say the women are taking all the money. When I just told you of all these other jobs and like the cake. Remember what I'm talking about? The cake. Be a part of the cake, not the icing. You feel me? But what if they didn't do that? Go out and get all that. Like, where would you be if your girl, the one you jealous of, who making more money than you or something like that? Imagine if she didn't do it, where y'all would be living, how y'all would be living, what y'all would be eating, what y'all would be driving. So think about it. Like, yeah, you complain about it, but damn, you know what? Find a way to appreciate it too. Cause especially if your girl got a bag, cool, bro. That's really cheer her on. Just like you be ask her to cheer you on with the music and you ain't got no fans. Cheer them on. Support them. And I know this, bro. I'm telling you, I've been thinking about this for a minute because I'm actually thinking of like old stuff from like weeks ago that I never was able to piece nothing together with. But it's kind of crazy how it all comes together, man. And but yeah, let's move on to the whips. Like, yo, I had this thought too. I had this one like probably 3 hours ago. Like, people are like, consider people like cars. Different makes, different models, different trim sizes. You feel me? Some people need the V12, they like to really get to where they going and be. That tells you like, yo, they gonna be here, then they gonna leave fast. Like that's the type. They gonna get there first, and they gonna leave. Like, when they out. They drive fast. They only got maybe one other seat in the car. They not gonna have the mini with all these seats but like you think of people like cars, like literally. Like a person, if I was to call a person like a bus or something, like, yo, they enjoy like being around people, helping people. Like I'm considering like church people, you know what I'm saying? Or leaders who like to lead, and just like they like that stuff, you know? Think of the Hummer. Like, if that was a person, did you think of somebody in your life? Did you think of anybody? You probably can, you get what I'm saying now? Like, you gonna have the people trying to be Corvette. I feel like everybody's trying to be exotic now. Just back to the point earlier, nobody's trying to drive the 4 cylinders, the 6 cylinders, nigga, the old reliables and all that. Everybody want the Lambos and all that. Like, cool, bro, they go fast, but look, it only got one seat beside it. And I think everybody else really would love to be in that seat, but even seeing somebody else in that seat might hurt their feelings, and that's why they really can't. They know it's gonna be hard to really love you and fuck with you forever, because you only got room for one. You know, in opposed to somebody who live in their life like in a nice whip, and you know it's reliable, you know it's gonna get you there, and it's nice. It's that like a Camry or something. You feel it's different trims. It's different trims, you know, and even when you do get them same, because that's how much you can have somebody in the same lane as you. You know, like let's take the Camaro for example. You got an LS, or like the Camaros and the fucking Dodge Challenger, we're the rappers. We're the rappers. We're a certain group of people. You know, most people who like all over Atlanta, you're gonna see Dodgers. You're gonna see Challengers, fucking Chargers, Durango. This all over Atlanta. A lot, especially on the south side. You're not gonna drive 3 miles without seeing a Challenger or a Charger on the south side. You're not. I promise you. Like,
Bruh. What the fuck?
they're everywhere, and they got different trims. You see, some people are gonna be more popping than others, more powerful in the city, more that like. That's what I'm saying. I'm thinking of people like cars now. Can you be judged based off what you drive? I've asked that question before because I'm like, yo, you'll see, hell, like I say in the cars, you'll see women behind the Camaros, the Chargers, and you'll see that now. Usually the cars are personalized, so we used to tell them this car is like for you. You know, it's a cute car, it's a girl car. This one's a muscle car. This is a man's car. Like, you see, we getting somewhere, man. Yeah, people are like cars, man. And the car that because you got to pick the right car. You can't just get a car. But I'm just saying, if you know what cars do, not what people drive, but if you would like, they could drive whatever, but you know what type of car they would be because the cars are built for certain things. Some people like, you know, the Jeeps and all them people like, hey, they like being high outdoor. They like fun, explore. They like it. I mean, who want to drive that high? You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, the trucks. Don't everybody drive a truck? Like, got that old pickup or something? Can't you tell they damn near do something construct? Like, you know, these are you know what type of guys they are. When you look at that car driving down, you could probably guess that. I bet you he probably into some type of construction or some sort. I flew by that, man, because with Dodge, man, we got the demons, the Hellcats. Like, yo, demons and Hellcats, and they're powerful, they're fast, they look up. But yo, we driving demons and Hellcats. It sound cool, but it don't sound like a Lamborghini, you know. But now they do got the Diablo. Let me shut the hell up. But yo, you get what I'm saying. What comes with these cars when you drive them too? Now, I ain't gonna say I'm acting like I wouldn't drive. I'm just saying. Think of this. I'm playing devil's advocate. Bar. Demons, Hellcats, yo. They attract niggas. Like, everybody will tell you, Atlanta, if you got a demon or hell, you gotta circle it, but you gotta always watch yourself. You gotta watch where you park. And you can say that's true for every car, but some of them are specifically targeted they look for that car, you know, especially here in A. Like, that's a hot car. Like, they want that car because they want to drive that car. You feel me? But also, let's say, yeah, they drive that car. Damn, talking loud. See, they messing me up. People calling me, that's messing me up. But yeah, you know what's up with it. The cops see it. They see it fast, more than likely you speed and you do it. Like, yo, what comes with driving them cars? We know what's up. Like, you gonna be pressing the gas. You showing off. You want to be saying that joint loud. It's, you know, it's beautiful. It's expensive. All that. And you know everybody want it, and that's why you drive it. That's why I said those cars are like the rappers. They're like the rappers, everybody. You know what I'm saying? Everybody want them cars, man. Everybody wants them damn demons and Hellcats, you know? But yeah. I had a lot of stuff that was going through my head when I was writing this, but it's just flashing now. Like, I wish I could have got it down more, got it more cleaned up for you, but you gonna get what you gonna get. We gonna get some bars out of this one. Like, yo, episode 19, we ain't doing too bad, man. And if we doing a review real quick, you know, we started off calling this The Awakening because the women and the men, the roles are reversed. I'm not saying that it's their fault. I'm not saying that anybody's at fault. I'm just telling you what's happening. And throwing some ideas out there that you can think about. You know, you can decide for yourself, but I believe this has just naturally happened because the men might have let up. We might have let up. We might have let them down, and they're just stepping up. We might have let them down. They're just stepping up, you know. And if they didn't step up, what position would we even be in? Because if you ain't got it, you know who you can get it from. Your girl, especially if she gonna give it to you. So Maybe it's not a bad thing all the time. But I tell you what is kind of crazy, the fact that they don't even want to go 50-50 with you. Like, yo, you got to understand the market we in. The men ain't really got the power. The girls got, come on. In between their legs, they got that too, bro. Like, yo, it's going to be tough to compete. We got to get our power back. Men, we have to get our power back. Don't worry, the girls going to like it. They going to like it when you get it better, because that's what they telling you. They telling you, if the man was man, we wouldn't have to, like, yo. So, man, they said it. Let's go get it. Get our power back. Get out there, learn some of them skills, man. Something that's going to give you that consistent bread, a nice 80, 100 a year. Like, yo, you can keep shooting for the 5 and try to get the 5, but first get the 100. Like, what are we doing? Get the 100. The 100 should be able to help you get to the 5, right? Like, that's simple. That's understandable. We gotta get that money, dog. Then get our power back. You know, get that style. Do your creative player test. Get up there. Get to that 60, 65, 70. You're going to be, I'm telling you, you're going to be able to work with something now. Like, I got a long way to go, and I'm going to get there. But I know I improved from my last reading, my last great rating. You know, so that's what it's all about. Improvement every time, every month. But yeah. But that did bring me up when I was talking about cars, right? And I'm talking about you got this Corvette, you got this 1-seater, you know, well, a 2-seater, but you know, room for one. Corvette, Stingray, whatever. Lamborghini Diablo, whatever, whatever got 2 seats. I don't know them all like that. But that's what I'm thinking. Like, people have the right to love you for who you were, because that's just what they fell in love with. No different from somebody getting in a relationship with a woman or something, or you knowing a woman a long time and they change, you know, over time, because they get put, you know, they're tested different ways, certain things, they get certain improvements and approving where they were, had their disadvantages look like advantages. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's not the person they fell in love with. They never thought you would actually be that. And really, they're just comparing what they love, what their peak love is for you, then versus with what they can get from you now. Y'all might have been able to chill for hours, play the game, eat chips, walk, and y'all spent hours all the time. And that's the version they fell in love with. But you ain't got the time, and you got all these responsibilities and all that. So it's just a new version of you. They still love you, but they don't love they might not love what you got going on right now, because they don't get that much time with you and access with you. So it's just human nature. It's just human nature for people to, because whatever they start liking you were when you were a kid, you think they gonna still like it 20 years later? Like, when you a whole different person, you're a different person. They're not bad people. You're just a different person from who you were 15, 20 years ago. So some people can't rock with the new you because it don't fit their future. And their present don't fit your past. I mean, your future or your present. It's like, yo, your present, I can't do that right, because I know how we do what we do. That's what we do, and we have fun. That's why you love me, because I used to do this. But now I stopped doing that. I don't do no more. You stop drinking. Y'all used to get drunk and have the best times ever. But one stops drinking. The other one keeps drinking. As much as y'all love each other, he loves the drunk version of you. And you just can't be. So don't take it. I say don't take it no way. I'm just understanding it now a little bit better. Like, yeah, everybody. And now you used to have a Camry. Could sit 5 seats, 6 people. Now you in a 2-door V8, V12, going too fast. So I can't catch the ride. Ain't enough room for me. But you gotta be knowing like that's okay on the other side. Like, yo, it's okay. I understand. It's not a wrong. Now, I'm not saying, I said they have a right to love you for who you were, but that don't mean that it's right in any way, shape, or form. Who you were, who they fell in love with, they don't have access to that same person no more. It's still you, but it's the old before I update. You know how you got an app on your phone, you love the way it do, then they drop an update. Now it might work better for this or that, but it's different. You fell in love with this simple interface that was just this. Now it's buttons and the words are gone and it's crazy. You gotta turn this out. That's what I'm saying. You still love the app. You still use the app or whatever, but it's not the version that you love. And that's okay. Don't fault people for that. As long as they still love you for whatever they used to love you for, it helped made you who you was today. So you still gotta be thankful for that and love them for that. Yeah, you gotta thank them for that, love them for that, because it ain't their fault and it ain't your fault. It's just something. If they can't rock with the new version of you, no worries. That don't mean nothing. If we can still keep that love for each other, that don't mean nothing. Don't mean nothing at all. Even though it's unfortunate, but hey, it don't mean nothing. Ain't your fault. It ain't my fault. But it was for the better. It was for the program. You know why they gotta update it? Yeah, they'll tell you all the time, well, we had to update it because this is gonna be easier for most people and all that. Cause yeah, you gotta share. You ain't got that time. Can't be stingy with your boy no more. Can't be stingy with y'all. Just chill. Don't get stuck in the past. Appreciate the past. That's what I say. Those were the good days. Looking through the phone album. Go back in your phone. Go back in your phone from 2 years from now and just scroll to the present. You'll see you was probably working on stuff. You was probably, hell, you might have looked better, looked worse, and now today, you know, whatever the situation, you're gonna be able to find things you appreciate. You take so much pictures. Do you ever look at them? You take all these pictures. Do you ever get to go back and look at them and look at the feeling again? Cause damn, when you go through that phone album years ago and all that, and you just start looking and be like, dang, that was really me. Like, you ain't even revisit that album or that time in so long, and it's right there in your phone, and you could just go in and they got the moving when you can literally put you there again and let you relive those times, those moments. That's crazy. And we don't do that often. That'll make us feel good rather than scrolling for new social media stuff. Like, yeah, something to think about, man. But yeah, this is the awakening. Just look around. Look around. It's electric cars. They trying to cut off the gas. We about to have flying cars. Things are about to change. We about to go into this. We are in this transitional phase. Even the money changing from crypto. We got crypto. About to have flying cars. We got AI. The time is now. What they've been talking about, the time is now. They've been working towards it. They've been, like I said, that seed that was planted then is just happening now. And we're the product of that. Maybe they counted on this. Maybe they know exactly what we're going to do and how we're going to act and what we're going to respond to. Who knows? But that seed right there, man. That seed right there is something to think about. The way we all are as a whole and how we act. Is this the seed they planted? Because the only thing that's changed is the education. And that's fact. So, something to think about. Something to think about. And just to revisit them trims. I wanted to say that, man. Yeah. You're going to have that same, like, you might find somebody in the same lane as you, that's in the same interest as you, want to be the same person, like, do the same things. Like, yo, you might just be a higher trim or a lower trim. But y'all still the same model. You're still the same model, but y'all still built the same. So when you find them people, you find them cars who are exactly like you, just like the movie, you find them, and that personality, you're going to find out what kind of car they are. If you that type of car, y'all know y'all can, you know what I mean? Y'all know y'all can at least talk. He can that person should be able to trim you up, take you up a trim. Whoever got the higher trim, or if y'all the same trim, ride together till y'all trim up, you know? But yeah, people are like cars, man. Everything changing though. Even the rappers. The rappers is mainly girls. You meet a girl and they'll tell you they rappers. They artists. You think singing, dance, nigga, they rappers. Rappers. Drill beats, rappers. But yeah, the awakening is happening, fellas, and it's something we got to be aware of and take accountability for, yo. We let this happen. Who wouldn't have let it happen? If we was all in control and all this, who let it happen? It had to be us. So it's an awakening happen. We gotta go. We gotta fight for it back. We gotta get it back. We gotta get our power back, fellas. Hopefully, I don't know how long I've been talking, probably like 30 minutes, it seemed like, but hey, episode 20 on the way. All right. Let's go ahead and we out. No, we ain't. No, we ain't.
Took the roof off, no ceilings. Gotta know. Took my heart out, no feelings. Gotta know. Took the brakes off, no limits. Now I got the ball, I'ma travel, no pivot. Let's get Tell me how you feel, cause I ain't got forever. Pick a side, run with God or hide with the devil. No example how to live, me myself a rebel. Been missing pieces to the